Okay, so whenever you look up videos on productivity, on getting your tasks done, on making good schedules, on how to study well, etc., I think we often find two things very often, two types of tips, that is, using reward systems in your favor and using peer pressure in your favor. Now, this is why I don't support these two things. Let's go to reward systems first. I think everybody knows what reward systems are. Basically, you get a task done, you get this thing finally. You only get access to your phone after getting your studying done, or you only get to go out with your friends after getting this video done, whatever, okay? And that is how the system also works, right? You only get to play after studying. On getting up first, the first thing you need to do is something productive, and then you get a break. And the reason I don't like this is because you're basically telling yourself that if I don't do this, I'm not good enough. You are basically deriving your worth almost from doing that task. And the problem is, it gets us so attached to the outcomes of things. It's good in the short run, but later on, if you keep doing it, you know what? It's very similar even with parents and children, Parents only praise you when you get the task done. The thing is, you are worthy in yourself. And when you're setting up this reward system, I think it really, really hinders with your brain and how your mind functions. If you don't get that task done for whatever reason, you just don't think you are enough. It's almost like being attached instead of a person to a thing, It's very similar to attachment to people in general, where they start defining your worth. The second one, that is peer pressure, is actually very convenient in some way. Let me take the basic example of somebody gave you a deadline and you're doing the assignment on the last day. Why do we put it off till the last day? Because there's no pressure on you at the start, and the pressure on the last day, you don't really have a choice, and so you rush through the task to get it done. But even if it's good in the short term, the thing is, later on, what I started doing was that instead of being consistent on my studying, I started to actually use this peer pressure to my favor, because studying sometimes can take forever, and you don't want to be spending all that time. You don't want to do 8 hours of work, and because of that, you subconsciously start relying on this last day pressure to get things done, thinking that, what, I get things done under pressure anyway, even when I've wasted all this time beforehand, or even when I've not used all this time beforehand on the thing that I was supposed to do, and then I just get it done within 3 hours, and that would have taken me 3 days otherwise. I also got good grades, but I saw what it did to my mental health in the long run. I really saw what that last minute pressure, it started to break me down. And I think some people even get very habituated to this last minute thing, so much so that they after a point don't even feel that pressure, or they only feel it very, very last minute. Like, they don't even feel it one day before the test, they feel it the night before the test. Yes, it really harms your mental health. The stress in the long run, it just accumulates, and then one day it's randomly all bursting after lots of years. So how do you work instead? You actually make the task fun. Make it so fun for you that you actually want to get out of bed first thing in the morning to do it. You actually want to jump out of bed. You actually want to do it. You actually want to learn about it. That is the kind of way you have to do it. You actually have to make it fun. And that might sound crazy in certain things, but I have done this a lot, and especially with studying, I've done this a lot. Now, all you need to do to change anything is honestly just to change your perception on that thing. Let's start with a very basic thing. Don't segregate your tasks into work and fun. Don't segregate them. Because when you're telling yourself this, you're telling yourself automatically that this is my work and this is my fun. Now, I have told you guys that if you want to make a schedule, don't just make it for the work time. Also make it for the fun time. The best kind of fun is the well-balanced fun, okay? And a schedule helps you achieve that balance. So don't just make a schedule for getting your tasks done. Also make a schedule for the fun stuff. And basically, don't have this label of work and fun in your head. You actually want to make work fun. You want to combine these two things. Also, start saying to yourself that I am the kind of person who would totally love to do this. For instance, making YouTube videos for some people, I think it will seem like a task, but to me, it's a fun thing, right? Writing articles to some people, it will seem like a task, but to me, it's just a fun thing. And similarly, you got to tell yourself that studying is just something I do because it's fun. You have to tell yourself this constantly. You can't always be stuck in this old identity of, oh, this is boring, I don't want to do this. You know what? You will fall back into this. So I will tell you what to do in that very time. Whenever you find yourself falling back to it, I found myself falling back to it like 3 hours ago. And what I did was, I asked myself, how can I make this more fun in the moment? Although I was really not in the mood, I asked myself how to make this more fun. Can I find a new way of doing this? I think we have those conventional ideas in our head that we have to study this certain way or we have to do this thing a certain way, otherwise it's not the best way. But who said you can't do it in a more fun way if you actually start a little earlier? Since we are taking the example of studying, let's break this myth of you need to be in a room all day, you don't need to go to any parties, you need to always be studying on a table, you always need to be up till night to do it. Let's take out that image in our head and find more fun ways to study that it actually seems fun. Because if you have this image in your head, why would you want to study? Why would you want to do it? So let's see what are our assumptions here. Assumptions. Why are we assuming this in the first place? Who said, first of all, you need to be in a room all day? Who said that? Who said you can't go to a new place and study there? Who said you can't study in the library? Who said you can't study at a new place? Who said you can't study on the park bench in the cafe? I don't know if that works for you, but nobody first of all said you have to stay all day in your room. Number two, why are you constantly on your table and only studying from a book? You can also study from a YouTube video. You can also study in many other different ways. Have you looked up different ways of learning on the net? There are so many. But we think that this is the ideal way because this is, I think, the image that's been put into our head by the society. But you need to break out of it. You need to change your perception on things. And also, another thing that helps other than romanticizing your task or actually making it fun is not working for the task, but making the task work for you. Now, as a self-development creator, this is a hack I often use. When you don't feel like doing a task and you get it done anyway, the confidence it gives you is insane. It's always insane because you're like, I did not want to exercise, but I ended up exercising because I think that's beneficial for me. And that is doing wonders for your confidence. When you keep yourself on this pedestal rather than the task on the pedestal, that is in both the ways of peer pressure and reward systems, you are actually using that task to your advantage. And also, even if you're using the let's make this more fun approach, you are being creative. You are actually learning how to make things work in your favor. That's a very practical skill to have, Learning how to build mindsets, again, a very practical skill to have. So you are not working for the task. You're making the task work for you. You're doing it for your confidence. When you have this thing of wanting to be confident, wanting to get out of your comfort zone, you will often do this. You often will find this very, very helpful. When I don't want to do a task, I remind myself, you know what? If I do this, it's going to add to my confidence. And that is how I actually get the task done. I don't use it based on another reward. I use it based on me. Me, my worth. That is my reward. That mindset is my reward. Okay, this noise, it just ruined the entire video. But either ways, I just feel that those two systems really altered my brain in a way that I had to take a lot of time off to actually reverse and unlearn. So this is really something that what you need to work on, and it won't come in one day. It will feel very, very uncomfortable to find new ways of doing things without using these two very obvious methods. But if you really want long term gain and not make the task an end to itself, I think this is the approach that will really help you. And also, learning about detachment in general or with other videos on my channel will also really help you. So, yeah, I hope this video helped you. I hope you like it. And tell me what you thought of it, okay? Share your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.